Okay, hopefully you can all see my screen.
Yep.
Can everybody see? Super.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, so thank you for joining us this evening. As I said, we won't keep you too long. It's just an opportunity for myself and Yorick and you all to get to know each other and to understand what's about to happen with the pre-deployment training. So I will let Yorick kick off with what we're actually going to cover.
Yes, good evening, everyone. We're going to, in the next half an hour, 30 minutes, we'll see how it goes. We're going to talk through the following. We're going to have a welcome. And because this is the cohort now, we're going to have a little very brief introductions, nothing too cringeworthy, just a quick introductions. We're then going to get on to what the aim of PDT is, what we're trying to achieve, and more importantly, what is covered. It is a long course. You're going to hear me say this. It's not a course. It's actually a journey. It's a process. Your day one started about some of you yesterday, some of you about last week when you received the joining instructions, but it is a long old course, 3 to 4 months. And because of that, we're going to sort of lay down the expectations, what we're expecting of you, but more importantly, what you can expect of us as well. So this two-way contract. Long course, you've probably all read joining, hopefully all read joining instructions. We're going to talk a bit more about the pre-course milestones, concluding with the PDT 7-day course, what you're actually going to be doing, not the exact detail, because some of that you won't find out till you're actually doing it. And most importantly, and last but not least, we're going to talk about the post-course, how to wrap this course up. So really, this is a 4-month course. Day one has already started. Thank you.
Thanks, Yorick. Don't be deterred. It won't be a difficult 4 months. It'll be an enjoyable one, guys. So we're just going to start off with those introductions. So I'm Katie, for those of you who I haven't met already. I work in the L&D team and have the very good fortune of being the L&D consultant for the organisation. I've been around Shelterbox now for 6 years and yet not long come back off maternity leave. So there'll be some words that escape my brain and we will blame it on baby brain forever. But yes, please bear with me. I'll hand you over to Yorick.
Yeah, good evening again. My name is Yorick Irons. I've been I'm the L&D officer, primarily responsible for the logistics, i.e. making sure that the right people get to the right place and the right people deliver it and experience whatever they're about to. So mine is a giant Sudoku puzzle. I've been with the organisation on and off as a volunteer and as a staff member since 2019. So I did an emergency coordinator job, a couple of years as a volunteer, and now back. I rejoined it in February as an L&D officer.
Right, we'll just go round if that's okay. Jonty, you're at the top of my screen if you're happy to unmute and tell us about you. Hey.
Hi everyone, I'm Jonty. Today is my second day with Shelterbox and I am a program officer with the Asia and MENA team in program delivery department.
Brilliant, thanks for joining us. Sophia, do you want to go next?
Hiya, I'm Sophia. I'm a supply chain specialist and I joined last Monday, so eight days ago.
Old hat now, you've done like a whole week.
I know, right?
Thank you. John?
Hi, yeah, John Cleverly, and my role is Rotary Marketing, so it's communications and everything for Rotary, what they call GB&I, so Great Britain and Ireland, and I've been at Shelterbox just over a year.
Lovely, thanks, John. You're definitely old hat. Okay,
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Chris. I'm a grants and compliance manager in the program funding team, and I joined Shelterbox 2 weeks ago.
Brilliant, welcome. Thank you very much. Matt?
Thanks, Katie. Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Matt. Also on day 2. So far so good, and also part of the program funding team. So that's good. And yeah, institutional funding partnerships manager. And before that, I've been based in South Africa for the last few years, working with developing an NGO here. And yeah, looking forward to getting up to speed this week.
Brilliant. Well, pleased to have you. Thank you. Miranda, you want to go next?
Hi, yeah, I'm Miranda Harrington. I'm the Deputy Director for Programmes. I've been here for now, I think I'm on my 5th week. However, I have worked for Shelterbox before, so I was here for 6 months a couple of years ago, so I have got a bit of a head start in my induction.
We're happy to have you back. Thanks, Miranda. And Michael, last but not least.
Yeah, sorry I was late. It wasn't in my diary, so I mislaid it. I'm Michael. I'm Director of Finance, IT, Facilities and Legal.
Thanks, Michael. You didn't miss much apart from us doing awkward introductions, and you already know us, so that's all fine. I'll pass you on to the next screen. Welcome everyone. Obviously, I did say before, but there will be more people added to this cohort. We'll take a maximum of 15 on the pre-deployment training course in September. So what we'll do, we'll talk a little bit more of this about this as we go on, but we'll be setting you up with a group where you can chat and just sort of get to know each other and ask each other's advice on the pre-work and things like that. So really do use each other. That would be great part of the experience. Yorick.
PDT is a process, not just a course. There you go. As you can see there, the aim is to prepare you to deploy in a surge role or in support of a team in an active response. So what does that mean? That can mean an emergency role, for example, Turkey or Chad at the moment. It can be supporting a program visit such as Somalia or Mozambique, or it can be supporting donors in prospective donors to go out in an active response area. Huge amount to cover over the next 3 or 4 months, and you can see a list of them there. They don't even cover the more soft skills such as team building, etc., etc. So we've got a huge amount to cover to hopefully make you confident to deploy in an active response. Can't possibly do that in 7 days, hence why we're doing this pre-work before. We'll be delivering it in a variety of ways, primarily e-learning to start with. And as you see in the joining instructions, there's up to sort of 24 guided learning hours of pre-work you need to do before, as well as a couple of webinars, which we'll talk through more in a minute. Initially, we'll be doing at PDT quite a bit of classroom work, but we will be punctuating that with lots of team building exercises and culminated in a nice little scenario when we can put all those skills into practice and reinforce through experiential learning. So yes, PDT is a process, not just a course. Hopefully a very fun one that you'll enjoy and get a lot out of.
Thanks, Yorick. Super. So just some expectations. Obviously, as an L&D team, we're pretty experienced now at this. Before we sat in central services, we actually sat within what was the operations team, so international programs as it is now. And we were solely responsible for recruiting and training anyone who was deployable. So that was entirely what we did. So hopefully we're okay at it, but you'll be able to tell us that in September. But basically, we want to tell you about the duty of care that we have to you throughout this process. So, you know, we want this to be a holistic process, and we want it to culminate in people who are confident to add to, you know, the deployable element that we have here at Shelterbox. So that is our duty of care to you. And we want to create a space where you are happy to ask questions, regardless of how silly you think they are. Yorick said there are no stupid ones. I'm pretty sure I've asked some stupid questions myself at times, but I would say that, you know, still ask them because it's important that you know the answer. So regardless of whether you think they're silly or not, ask away. And, you know, we just want to continue to support you to thrive within the learning environment that we've set. So inclusivity and accessibility are really important to us here at Shelterbox. So we will be providing you with various opportunities to tell us whether there are any measures that we need to take to make sure that you can be fully included in all of the learning. So please do be open with us in that sense. We are going to, as I said, get you guys set up on a Teams chat. So it will be PDT September 2023, something catchy like that. You'll be able to drop in there, and we'll also post the recordings for these sessions in there, the couple of webinars that are yet to come. And also just give you an opportunity to ask each other questions like, I'm stuck with this login, or has anybody done this bit of training? And, you know, just really have each other's backs if you need to throughout that process. I'm sure, like any chat, there'll be some of you who are quite quiet and some of you who are like me and talk too much. But yeah, just crack on and use that for whatever you need to. And basically, Yorick and I will set that up, but we're there just as the administrators. So if you do need to reach out to us, you have other platforms that you can do that on. You know, that is your group. So use that for what you need to. We're not there to check up on you or anything like that, scold you for not doing your homework. You know, it's more about just making sure that you are there for each other. And we are going to bring a lot of energy to the process. Any of you who have had experience of the L&D team probably know that we have that in maybe too much quantity, but yeah, we will bring that to make sure that this process is fun and engaging. So we ask that you do the same. The other commitments laid out there on the bottom of the screen are hopefully what you are already expecting, which is to fully engage with this process, to complete the pre-work, as we've mentioned in the joining instructions, and to come to the webinars where you can. We know that's not always feasible. You know, we've got lives outside of work and we've had to tag them onto the end of the working day. So if you can't come live, then please do let us know and just catch up with the recording, especially for the next couple, because they're really crucial around supply chain and meal as well, to set you up for the course content itself. Get in touch with us if you have any questions or concerns, or, you know, anything at all. Just contact us. We're very friendly people, and we are here for you. So yeah, please do just contact us, email, Teams, whatever it is, whichever way. I'm in the office a lot, so is Yorick. We're both local, so if you are based in Truro, you'll see our shining faces in what we call Naughty Corner, or that's what it used to be called because we're too chatty. So we're still there. Come find us. Great, so Yorick is going to take you through the first lot of pre-course modules.
Okay, from experience, we fully appreciate that 24 hours of guided learning, 24 hours of e-learning modules is a lot. From experience, it's best not to leave that to the last moment, because things happen. So we've tried to stagger it out as best as we can, because we can then support you. So every 4 weeks or so, we'll be doing a little milestones. And the first milestone is we're going to ask you to do is by Friday the 7th of July to do those 3 modules. You should be able to access them relatively easy. They are relatively straightforward with little knowledge questionnaires at the end. But if you have any problems accessing them, please shout out to us and reach out, and we'll help you with that. We've scheduled the next webinar for Tuesday, the 11th of July at 5 p.m. summer time. So you'll notice webinars are always Tuesday at 5 p.m. And this is an introduction to meal. So Annie from the meal team is going to give us an overview of the meal process, and really sort of some really useful background before you get to PDT. So that's Tuesday, 11th of July, 5 p.m. for Annie at meal. Okay.
Thank you. We don't expect you to remember all of this, but we're just running you through it so that you can get a gist of what's going on through the pre-work elements as we go through. So the next deadline you'll come across is Friday the 4th of August. So you'll have done that webinar with the meal team, and then those first 3 modules will be all out the way. And the next bit we want you to focus on is the intermediate safety and security, and also the humanitarian safeguarding and disclosures session. So an 8-hour chunky bit of learning there. I would say that people always underestimate the intermediate safety and security course, and they'll say it won't take 5 hours, and then last time Ewan said it really did take me 5 hours. So I think maybe just, you know, make sure you've got the time set aside. You can always pause and come back to them. We've built all these e-learnings ourselves within the L&D team, so you can just pick up and play, but it won't hold, because it's not hosted on a learning management system yet. It won't hold your place, so you'll just have to sort of skip through if you want to come back to it. And as Yorick already mentioned, they end with a knowledge check that will send you off to SurveyMonkey, which is a separate platform, and that is just the only way really that we can record that you've completed that training, and also so you can test your skills, so and new knowledge. So please do those. And then the third webinar, the last one actually before you come along to pre-deployment training, is the one with the supply chain team on the 8th of August at 5 p.m. And I think it'll be Rachel running that one, but she is only just back from holiday, so being fitted up tomorrow with this, so you know before she does. Yeah, so that's the second deadline for you guys.
And the final deadline, Friday 25th of August. This is the week before. We aim to give you at least 1 week before, so you can free of any modules. I'll just highlight a couple here. Security Risk Management Essentials. It's the only one that we haven't built. It's an external site. You will click on it. You'll have to register a little, create an account. It's a very good site. We've picked it very, but yes, if you have any problems with that, please shout. I'd also highlight travel arrangement survey. Crucial this is. I do run a minibus down to Penryn Station on the Friday evening, and also returning the following Friday and Saturday morning. But obviously need to know what your travel arrangements are so we can accommodate you and pick you up if required. So yeah, that when that comes, that's really important that you let me know. So I should know when you're arriving. Okay, Kate.
Thank you. And yeah, everything that we've just gone through is all laid out in the joining instructions. There's a table at the end that shows you everything that you need to complete. We have had a bit of feedback already that we should add a little completed box, so we will do that for next time. But in the meantime, grab a highlighter or, you know, whatever, cross it through yourself so that you know where you're up to. And as I've already said, we're here for you. So training@shelterbox.org is our main email address. All of the team will pick that up, or anybody who needs to. Do get in touch with us if you need anything at all. BF, would you like me to play the video?
Pre-deployment training, Saturday the 2nd to Friday 8th. Hopefully those are the dates that you all know. Just a quick one. Has any of you been to BF Adventures before? No, beautiful place. I think it's best
John
if I just... John has. Oh, well done. I think if I let Kate just play the video, then it'll give you a feel for what BF Adventures is all about.
Yeah, this is me testing my tech. Hopefully, can you still see that screen? Has it changed?
Yes, as.
Is there sound?
Yes.
Welcome to BF Adventure. We're a specialist outdoor activity centre and charity based between Penryn and Helston. Established in 1989, our aim is to support the community and particularly the young people of Cornwall. Today I'd like to tell you a bit about our work and show you how each day we make a difference in people's lives.
On 60 acres of land, using 3 large water-filled quarries, we offer an exciting range of activities as a way of engaging our clients in tailor-made programmes to suit their individual needs. BF Adventure programmes help to build self-esteem, gain confidence and trust in others, but will also allow participants to achieve awards and accreditations that enable them to re-engage into further education, training or employment. We have a great team of multi-qualified instructors and dedicated volunteers that are very friendly and happy to help with every challenge that clients may face. Through years of experience, we really know how to support the personal development of each individual whilst offering a fantastic day out. In addition to our activity programs, we also teach basic life skills such as cooking. Catering for groups of all ages, we are passionate about working with young people that have special needs or disabilities, but also run programs for schools, companies and private parties, as well as offering our very popular holiday activities.
BF Adventure is all about developing important skills for a brighter future whilst having a good time. If you're interested in any of our programs or just want to get involved, get in touch today.
I think everyone's going to expect to be doing ziplining now, Yorick.
Yeah, aren't they? I thought they were. Okay,
I'll just move that out of your way. There you go.
It's just all I say is for obviously, if you've been there, it's a fabulous place where it's one of the most beautiful places in Cornwall. When it's lovely, it's stunning. When it's not lovely, it's not lovely. But we work hand in hand with BF Adventures. As you see, there are charities called Bishop Forum Adventure, working with vulnerable adults and vulnerable children. So we work hand in hand. We're lucky that most of the times we have the run of the site. And it's just got some fabulous facilities for us to utilise. Beautiful place to work and to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Yorick. And just sometimes we do have it on our own, but there are times on pre-deployment training where we will be sharing the site with those vulnerable adults and children. So we like to sort of preempt the knowledge of the site and what it's used for. So that's why we thought we'd show you that video today. Great. This is a quick layout of the course format. So the actual pre-deployment training, when you come in September, we trialed this sort of modular approach in March, the first time we've done it in this way. And actually there were sort of 3 tiers to it at that point. So people either came, everybody had to do the pre-work. So as you can see there, everyone's doing the pre-work. Now, anyone who was in an emergency role and surge role came from day 1 to day 7. We also had just a couple of people actually it may have only been Sanj. Was it just Sanj in the end, Yorick?
It was just Sanj, yes.
Just our CEO who ended up joining us just for the 2 days in the middle where it says business travellers for days 3 and 4. And really that's where we test those emergency first aid at work skills skills with some austere first aid, and it's hugely focused on safety and security. So we are continuing with this modular approach, but I will say I believe at this point everybody is on for the full course, so that should mean that you'll have the same faces and there won't be any sort of stop-start nature. But it may be that when we get to September there are additional couple of people that join us just for the emergency first aid at work and safety and security days. So we've told you that up front in case there's a little bit of a double welcome that has to happen on day 3. York.
Yes, PDT is a fabulous course. You will get a lot out of it. Everyone that I did it in 2019, Kate did it slightly earlier than that. It is a fabulous course. It's designed to simulate as best as we can deployment conditions. We do pack a lot into it, 7 days of full days. The accommodation is austere. It's in bunkhouses. The bunkhouses range from sort of 10 bunks to up to 20 bunks, but they do all have separate rooms with them. So you might get a bunk of 3 and a bunk of 6. So we do endeavour to gender separate as best as we can. We try to be inclusive in everything we do as possible. And again, I'll come back to the fact, if you can just let us know, we will try our best to make any adjustments that we can. Do expect long days. It is expect to be working from at least those sort of 6 in the morning to 11 at night, sometimes longer. It is very long days. We do throw a lot at you. I would assume that you won't have time to do the day job. In the early part of the course, you might be able to do an email or 2, but pretty much assume that you're not going to be able to do the day job, and you're really going to have to concentrate and focus on the 7 days. And please, please, please arrange toil on completion. The course will be finishing about 6 p.m. on the Friday. We provide accommodation on the Friday night for travellers, so we have to be out by sort of 0900 on the Saturday morning. But you will be absolutely wiped by the end of it. We are equally as well. So please, please, please arrange toil on completion.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. And just on toil, we've got a couple of senior bods in this group right now. It's a really great idea because we start the course on a Saturday, or you'll be arriving Friday evening or Saturday morning. You'll probably have come out of a full week at work, so it's a really great idea to talk to your line manager about taking at least 1 day of toil just to get yourself sort of prepped for the course, and make sure you've had at least 1 day off before you then roll in, so you're not doing sort of 13 days back to back. So please do chat with your line managers on that one, and everybody knows what the course is like, and the expectations that we have both ways. So yeah, that's very much supported. Afterwards, take that toil. It is there just as it is after you've deployed, as an opportunity to really decompress and refresh yourselves before you come back to the office environment. So please do take that toil. We offer the toil policy is accessible online for Shelterbox, but just to give you a very quick overview, it's a day for the weekend that you will be at BF Adventure. So that's 2 days, and then it tends to be 1 day for overnighting. So that'd be a 3rd day. And if you're traveling far as well, then you'd be looking at probably an extra night. So that really just chat that through with your line manager if it's not as clear in the document. There will be a post-course survey that we send round. We do this as standard just to make sure that we're always learning and improving what we offer. But also for anyone who's joining after this point, you guys have no excuse because you're here from day dot. But anyone who's sort of being recruited over the next few weeks into roles that are deployable, what we need to do is make sure that it's reasonable and proportionate, the pre-work elements. So then they kind of become post-work modules, you know, so if they haven't done them beforehand, they will absolutely be expected to get to that 100% completion before deployment. So yeah, anything that's outstanding, please get that done. And also there'll be an opportunity to do your expenses. There is training that comes as part of that, which you can see the screenshot at the bottom of the screen there. But also we will be asking you to use your Shelterbox credit cards before on the course so that you get an opportunity to do that just like you would on deployment. So a really great test bed for that. Anything else? I think we'll just hand over to you now for questions because we've talked a lot at you. So does anyone have any questions or anything that they think would be useful to know at this point? No? Silence is golden. Super. I'm sure you'll have lots. We will set you up after this meeting with the Teams meeting, so the Teams chat, sorry, so that you can start that chatting in there, and do start to pick through that first bit of pre-work and let us know how you're getting on. We should see from the survey completions, and we're just hoping we don't have to do as much chasing of tails as we did last time, by breaking it up into sort of three 3 chunks for you. So really do try and get stick to those deadlines where you can. We don't want anyone sort of working, you know, flogging it in the last week before you come, because you won't have absorbed that information properly for the classroom sessions, but also you're going to be even more knackered with the day job and a family life and whatever else to run. So yeah, it was lovely to meet you all. We have given you 3 minutes back. I feel like we've won. Let us know if you need anything at all, and we will chat to you very soon. Thank you very much. Look forward to September.
Hopefully see you around the office.
And that.
Thanks, Chris.
Take care.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.